all of it all stems back to one particular place, truthfully. Okay? I guess you could say two, but I'm just going to say one. Let's nail it down.
What's up, you guys? This is Mark.
This is Aaron.
And we are the Council
of the Sixth Paths.
So, we want to let you guys know this is our Wednesday video. So, you know, we come in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, make sure you stick around so you can actually get all of the content. So, this video is something that it's always been on my mind.
Wait. Let me get the car real quick, y'all. Stop the press. Who's that? It's Vicky Vale. This ain't Batman. Here's what we're gonna do. I got something a little special for my homeboy, you know. That's what we doing, you know. He over here, you know, he be crushing on the Fourth Hokage a little bit, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So me being me, I decided to be like, yo, let's show some love. Let's show some love. That's what we doing. I gotta get in my bag, y'all. Gotta get on my bag. You know what I'm saying? It's that Fourth Hokage.
What are you
know what I'm saying?
about,
Check
bro?
this out though. It's a lot of light in here. But if you go in the bathroom and turn the lights down, it's even got a glow in the dark box on it. Okay? Glow in the dark box. Here, homie. That's for you, man.
What?
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. With the glow in the dark box on them, you know.
This is wild.
We got a lot of light in here, but I don't know if it's going on. But yeah, all the trim around the whole box.
This is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
That
We in
is
here.
crazy.
We in here. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't ever opened this up.
We're in here. But back to it. Okay? So today we're here to theorize about two characters in the Naruto universe. We have Hashirama Senju and Madara Uchiha, who I like to call Madara. Let's check out the inflection a little bit. But that's where we at with it. I chose.
I know we said we're gonna let you go first, but let me break down why we're even talking about this real quick.
We're gonna shift this over to Mark.
Real quick. So my thing is that Hashirama and Madara are so strong, right? And they're supposed to be the reincarnations of Indra and Ashura, just like Naruto and Sasuke. And I understand that back then they had to fight a whole lot more than Naruto and Sasuke did. However, there's a gap in power that's just so insane. Like, think about this. Base form Naruto. Do you think, base form, no Kurama, no Sage Mode, do you think he could ever be on the same level as base form Hashirama? Like, even in his when he's grown up, I don't even think he's touching Hashirama at that point. And then if you think about Madara and Sasuke, when Madara went back to becoming alive, like when he got a heartbeat, he got hit by Amaterasu directly. And he said specifically, whoever that was can't mess with me. You have no eyeballs in your head. What are you talking about? Like, there's just so much of a power difference. And Sasuke was nasty at that point. He was EMS. It's just so much of a power difference that it's wild. It's a mind-blowing situation. And he's going to shed a little bit of light on it, so I just want to see what he's about to say.
Okay, so even though the four share this unique, I guess you would have to call it connection, genetic, whatever you want to call it, of being a reincarnate, spiritual-wise, with Indra and Ashura. Now, the first Hokage and Madara were born, hundreds of years, 100 years, something like that, pretty close to it, before Sasuke and Naruto. They are a lot closer to the original bloodline of the Sage of the Six Paths. Power sets usually dilute over time. I don't want to go off into all that. That'll make it long-winded. I've decided to give my thought process on why I believe they just have to be so strong. First, Hashirama Senju, the god of shinobi. The only ninja ever born with a specific Kekkei Genkai. I think that his Kekkei Genkai just happens to be the key to everything, and I'm not just talking about its power scale. I'm talking about why it's so powerful, why it can do everything it does, why it seems like he has so many automatic hacks versus everything just based off of, okay, my chakra's rack. Let me tell you about this, boys, what I do. Doesn't make sense, right? Okay. Now, if we stay with the whole theory of Otsutsuki's, Kaguya, 10 Tails, 9 Tails, Indra, Ashura, Sage of the Six Paths, Bloodline, that whole thing. All of it all stems back to one particular place, truthfully. Okay? I guess you could say two, but I'm just going to say one. Let's nail it down. The God Tree. Even though Otsutsuki's ultimately get their power from this bloom from the God Tree, I think that God Tree, I think Hashirama represents that. I think that's the truth behind his Kekkei Genkai. I think the deep forest emerges and the trees that he is enabled to summon are the same as the roots in the trees that are summoned from the God Tree. Okay? Why do I think this? Hashirama's trees, as well as the dragon, as well as the roots and the limbs that come off of them, share the same ability. They suck your chakra dry. Okay? The tree also has the ability to plume flowers, in which the flowers give off a gaseous, well, I wouldn't necessarily say poison. It's a narcotic that puts you in sleep, makes you numb, unable to move. Hashirama's deep blue forest emerge. Exact same thing. It does the same thing as well. The God Tree. Kaguya used it for what purpose? Other than getting power. She used it to cultivate white Zetsus in order to build an army to fight against the Otsutsukis that were coming. Correct? Okay. Madara and Obito built an army of white Zetsus as well, using the cells of the First Hokage. So it seems to me that the First Hokage, innately just his body, his makeup, the way that his Kekkei Genkai and all this is put together, it seems like his power set sets him above everybody else's because it stems from the original source, the Senju tree, the God Tree, the God of Shinobi, Hashirama Senju. I can't 100% say that that is a fact.
That was a good theory. That was a solid theory.
Yeah.
Never even thought about that.
Now, also think about this. To this day in Boruto, the most sought after item, whenever it comes to doing anything, is the cells of the First Hokage.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right. They also sought after the cells for the First Hokage so they could do what? Make another divine tree. That's why when the little dude in Kara and the one of the inners in Kara, the dude that kind of looked like the Joker, who actually wanted to eat, he ate people and stuff like that. He was just crazy. He just wanted to eat like every cuisine there was. So he had to get this divine fruit. So he was helping the other guy get the divine fruit. So what did they do? They stole the First Hokage cells in order to build this tree, to cultivate it, to get into the divine fruit. There is too much information here. From, I can get a First Hokage cell arm, and I can implant it with Sharingan. And guess what? They're gonna work. The ultimate hack that connects all dots. Gotcha.
Solid. I do want to go back and double check to see if Madara created that tree or if he had just found the original tree and was setting up shop.
Created what tree?
The tree that he had used for the white Zetsu. I'm gonna go back and double check that.
Okay, so it's not a tree. That's the thing. So Madara actually summoned down the husk of the Ten Tails.
That's what it was. That's what I thought. Because you said something about the tree.
Right.
And then when you said he created a tree, I was like, did he? But it was the husk
of the Ten Tails, yes.
So that's why I'm going to double check to see what that was, but yeah.
Yeah, and then you take that and plug the First Hokage into it, and next thing you know, white Zetsus. Because you basically recreated the tree without the actual tree.
Makes sense. So. However, he didn't create it, he just summoned it, and then, because he had the ring.
Right.
So Hashirama's super strong because of that, which still ridiculous.
That makes
it
no
freaking sense.
It makes
sense.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But go ahead.
Now, Madara. He's a little different than Sasuke from, once again, the time period that he was born in. Okay? When Madara was a young boy, he wasn't super strong, and neither was Hashirama. They became super strong as they got older. They became super strong once they opened up the Mangekyo Sharingan, because that Sharingan set them apart from the rest of the clique. That would be Madara and his brother. At that time, there's nobody necessarily to stand against them. Another thing that they had access to, they had access to weapons of the six paths. So, looking at it like that, I can understand the difference in power set. The fact that you have Kaguya, who has two sons, the Sage of the Six Paths, and his brother. They're dumb powerful, okay? But then their kids, they're not as powerful as they are. Now, whenever they have kids, guess what? That power is going to even be minuscule even further, because now you've separated the bloodline into two halves. It's no longer one, and then you're going to separate that out.
So, to sum it up, you're basically saying that their bloodline, he's just closer to Hagoromo and his kids, basically, than Naruto and Sasuke were.
Yes.
That's one big thing. And then two, Hashirama represents something much bigger than just a shinobi. He's literally a representation of that tree. That's a theory that I've never even thought about. So I do appreciate that. The Madara situation, I feel like maybe he just got stronger over time.
That's exactly what it is.
That's probably what it was. So I mean, looking back at it, even though he is crazy strong, the other Kages who came before were crazy strong.
I'm agreeing with you to say time frame. Okay. Because at that time, Madara did have a Susanoo, in which once you break that out, nobody's seen it before, because they don't have that now. They're like, oh my god, what? That's how they was fighting back in the day? But they don't know that Naruto and Sasuke is very flex like this too. Madara died a long time ago, came back in the now, with the power set that he had from back in the day, flexing what Sasuke would be in the future, makes him seem especially when he's not even fighting against Senju and other Uchihas. They're not around anymore. So to the other villages, of course, they're fodder.
I mean, I hear you, but it's just their level of strength is so crazy, and they're just better than the other Kages. Like, they're literally the second Tsuchikage and the second Mizukage, the third Raikage. Like, nobody ever mentions, oh, they would give Madara and Hashirama, the business. Like, it's more or less of the fact that they are all understanding that the first Hokage and Madara is who they are, the top, and they're just the top dogs. So I think that the breakdown that you gave was solid for Hashirama. I kind of get it with Madara a little bit, just over time. Like with Sasuke, he was spamming that stuff so much, he just got stronger and got stronger and stronger. Right. So I mean, I guess Madara just had that much time, that much battle experience, because his taijutsu's crazy, his eye prowess is crazy.
Now, let's do it like
all
this.
Of this stuff is just crazy.
Madara at the time, you also think, he lived during a time where it was just war. Everybody was just killing each other. Whenever anybody would get into a fight, everybody would hire either the Uchiha, and then the other side would hire the Senju in order to fight. So even then they acknowledged there is no scrap going on here without these. We got to get these two to fight each other, and then we just hands off. So at any time through period, it's the Uchihas and the Senju. Now, Madara just happened to be the most powerful Uchiha at that time. Hashirama was the most powerful Senju. Madara had made it to the point to where he could take his perfect Susanoo and wrap it around the nine-tailed fox. Hashirama got to the point where you can't. It's like you said, it's all in time frame, because Madara at that time, you see him scale. At any point was he really ever that more powerful than Sasuke, except until he started getting like the 10 tails and all this other kind of stuff? I mean, scrap wise, battle prowess wise, all that kind of stuff, 100% yes. But Sasuke does end up more powerful than him by the time he's at the same age. Look at Sasuke now. Put him against normal Madara.
You put him against Madara.
Normal Madara.
You mean Madara without the Rinnegan? Because Madara spawned his naturally.
But he spawned it when he was 100. He was gray haired, old, wrinkled up. He was done, bro, when he spawned his Rinnegan.
I mean, he couldn't have been too done. He went to Nagato, dropped off his eyes.
No, he didn't.
Came back.
Didn't Obito drop an eye?
No, he already had one eye missing. He said, "I loan mine off to somebody."
Okay.
So
well, yeah,
like
I'll give you that.
he was walking around doing something in his old age. He was driving
but,
cars and
But
everything.
he was talking to Obito, and he had his Rinnegan. When they showed his Rinnegan pop up, he was already dusty. He was really, really old whenever they showed him first activated. He looked the same as it did with Obito. At that time, he had been so old, he's like too far past. He's got to connect himself to the husk, get some juice off of it, and then go get the eyes, okay, and then come back.
I just don't know how much he knew about his Rinnegan because I don't even think that.
I don't think he knew much.
I don't know. Either way it goes, I mean, I appreciate your take on it because at the end of the day, it did bring something that I've never thought. And I'm not sure if any of you guys thought about that. And if you have, drop it in the comments below so we can talk about it because it's pretty, I don't know, man. That's deep thinking there.
And if you have a clearer mindset on the Madara thing, please drop that in as well because I know there's a lot of people theorizing and just wondering how he pulled some of the things off that I haven't been able to explain. I would really like some assistance if you can. So
either way it goes, you guys, I mean, we still got another video coming on Friday, so be sure to, if you enjoyed this video, like it. If you want to stay a while, you want to check out our next videos, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.